All right, we are covering Saturday football, guys, and boy, oh boy, I didn't even have time to comb my hair because I am just so damn excited about college football. I am fired up. Just talk with a good buddy of mine about all of these games, guys, and I mean, Arkansas looks phenomenal. I mean, that running back Sanders carrying the ball for them. Their outside zone schemes are absolutely ridiculous. They were blowing South Carolina off of the ball. They had like a 21-3 lead, and then there was a pass interference call late in the second quarter that propelled South Carolina to keep fighting in the game. I thought that Rattler, other than one interception, he really moves the ball. He's a huge upgrade at quarterback. Lloyd fumbled the ball, but South Carolina's offense, I mean, Rattler was close to hitting some real deep throws today. I mean, his arm strength is awesome. He's really fun to watch. This was a very, very fun, high-scoring affair in Fayetteville, but the Hogs are just awesome. Sam Pittman, the job that he's done now in year 3, the first year was the COVID year where they almost beat Auburn. They're a physical SEC team. You have Bumper Pool. You have that linebacker Sanders out there. I think maybe, let's see if Catalan, I don't know if he was out there or not. He might have been injured. But, oh my God, it was a show today in Fayetteville. They dominated South Carolina. South Carolina can't compete with them defensively. In the trenches, South Carolina doesn't compete. South Carolina's defense very leaky against this running game. So South Carolina was not legit in terms of this matchup. I mean, the thing that really was going on in this battle was I really think that that South Carolina is just not ready for Arkansas. And these programs, South Carolina, you can argue a couple of years ago was in an even better place. I mean, even with Will Muschamp, they were better than Arkansas. Arkansas was dead in the water with Sam Pittman. And in 2 recruiting cycles with Barry Odom and also Kendall Briles, they have stud coaches like Scherzer, the linebacker coach, Michael Scherzer. They are a great, great football team, great program. Cody Kennedy, the O-line coach. All right, so Arkansas, man, they also have Jaden Hasselwood from Oklahoma. So Arkansas is tremendous. And even KJ Jefferson, he just gets better and better. He just shows so much poise. You can throw him in the run game. He makes smart decisions with the ball. He can push it down the field when you need to. He's the ultimate leader. He's one of the toughest dudes in all of college football, one of the best leaders that you'll see at Arkansas. And he's really been the best quarterback, I would say, in the last decade. Maybe, I mean, you do look at Brandon Allen being very, very good for some time, and of course in the NFL, Brandon's very good. You look at Austin Allen was a really fun quarterback too at Arkansas, but you have to go back to maybe like Ryan Mallett. You have to go back to, I'll tell you, the quarterbacks who really won at a high level, like Tyler Wilson, probably is the best quarterback in the last 25 years. Mallett was talented, but KJ Jefferson's a stud, man. And Arkansas, I mean, South Carolina came back, I think pushed it to within 6. Then Arkansas responds with a drive, getting sacks. Arkansas in the first half could have blew the doors off of them. In the second half, they pretty much did blow it. It was pretty much a 14 to 20-point game this entire way. The game was not close. It was in the 20s for the majority of the game. So Arkansas wins it 30-44. Easy cover for the Arkansas Razorbacks. South Carolina's offense looks pretty good. Their D-line looks okay, but their linebackers, I know that they have a corner that's supposed to be very good, but the outside linebackers, they're getting gashed along the edges running the football. I want to actually go ahead and try to read you guys these statistics because right now, like with Shane Beamer, I love the positivity of Shane Beamer. Him and Clayton White just have to build a complete team. And this was a tough ask on the road to go to Fayetteville. Their offense, though, does look really good. And if they ever get Spencer Rattler for 2 years, I think Spencer Rattler should stay in college like another 2 years. He can ball next year. This offense can absolutely be very dynamic if Rattler stays 2 years because he looks very good. He really does. I think he's going to contribute well to South Carolina. He's a huge upgrade, even over Luke Doty. And you love Luke Doty, the kid, but he's a huge upgrade. Lloyd looks like he can really run the ball. He had that big mistake today running the football. But, you look at South Carolina, the guys who carried it today. You have Juju McDowell. Juju McDowell carried it. Of course, you had Marshawn Lloyd, who carried the ball. Wells looks good. Antoine Wells Jr. Let's see, what is it number 8, Antoine Wells? Number 3, Antoine Wells. Antoine Wells, a junior. All right, I guess a transfer, it says, out of James Madison University. So Rattler today, I knew he put up a lot of Yeah, he threw for 378 yards today. I mean, he had to throw a lot. But again, running the ball, they weren't very good running the ball. I mean, Marshawn Lloyd, 7 carries, 23 yards, and McDowell for 35 yards. But Marshawn Lloyd was catching the ball. Steigner looked fine, other than the one interception where Rattler was trying to do too much. But I like that they rushed 4 and Rattler hung in the pocket. KJ today, 17 of 20, 156 yards. KJ also ran the ball for a touchdown as well, but it was pretty much Sanders, like I said. Raheem Sanders, an absolute stud on the ground, running for 160 yards. AJ Green carried the ball today. Arkansas in total, they were average yards a carry for Green and Sanders, 6 yards a carry and 7 yards a carry. Combining all of the rushing totals from these guys, they ran the ball like 270 yards in this game. All right, so they won the turnover battle. They won all of these things. They were consistently ahead the entire game, and it was a shootout. Their offense, they look super legit. Super, super, super legit. Even Bumper Pool returning that ball there. I want to see the defensive statistics because this guy Sanders on Arkansas today, he was everywhere. The linebacker, again, and you're replacing Grant Morgan, you're replacing Hayden Henry, 2 of my favorite Razorback defensive players. Okay, so Arkansas though, man, and Jaden Catalon's one of my favorite Arkansas football players too. You're also replacing Ridgeway inside. That defense last year was fantastic. Here's the box score. Let's see if I can actually pull up some defense. They don't show the damn defense yet on the box score, but team statistics in this game. Arkansas had 457 yards of offense. All right. Third down efficiency, 9 of 16. That's very good. South Carolina, 3 of 10. Let's see sacks allowed. I'm sure that Arkansas got more sacks in the game. I'm sure of that. Couple fumbles, 3 turnovers to 0. And again, you run the ball, rushing 295, almost 300 yards of rushing for Sam Pittman. And it's outside zone, so they're playing smart. They're playing smart football, guys. They really are. Spencer Rattler today, I don't know how many times he was sacked, but he had to be sacked a good amount of times. Arkansas is in a whole league of its own. You look at Arkansas now, Arkansas beat Cincinnati. Arkansas is good. I believe Mississippi State is very good. I actually think Mississippi State and Arkansas, they're better than Ole Miss. They should take over for Ole Miss. Ole Miss doesn't even look that good. Not scary anymore with Corral. Not scary anymore with DJ Durkin leaving. Like, you got to get Ole Miss this year. This SEC West is freaking awesome. You have A&M, you have Bama still. Auburn might even be pretty good. We're going to see them against Penn State. But Arkansas put the hammer down to South Carolina and told South Carolina, hey, we're a 9-win program and you guys are like a 6-win program. We're an 8-win program, 8-4. Y'all are like 6 wins, 7 wins in a weaker East. So Arkansas took them out today. Arkansas was the much better team throughout the game. All South Carolina had was Spencer Rattler throwing the football. South Carolina's defense didn't get off the bus today. That is what happened. So the Arkansas Razorbacks, guys, whoo, they look good. KJ's really much improved. He's always been an all right thrower of the ball. He's getting even better at throwing the ball, even with deeper throws. I mean, Jefferson, he's accurate. He's tough. We knew that from his time against Ole Miss. He's a better runner, and he's also throwing the ball even better. He's more confident now, and they're sticking by him because KJ's the ultimate leader. I mean, even though Hornsby, some of these other guys on the roster might have more rare arm talent than KJ Jefferson, Jefferson's a more consistent player, bigger player, not going to turn it over, more trustworthy. He's going to win games there. So And with Raheem Sanders running for 160 yards with A.J. Green and that rushing attack, boy, oh boy. And with Sam Pittman and how versatile they are now running outside zone, which is they're carrying their linebackers and they're running outside of the tackles now. It's beautiful. This Kendall Briles offense is a beautiful thing to watch. So South Carolina, hey, you go home, you get the defense playing a little better. Rattler's at least totally, he's sinking in to what SEC football is all about. Throws for almost 400 yards. So he's really showing signs of being really good. A lot of people will say, oh, that interception. Rattler was the only one who was really keeping him in the game. He was very impressive. He's fun to watch. He's big time. He can really produce. He looked like Spencer Rattler that we're starting to see from his high school days a little bit, extending plays, doing special things outside the pocket. The arm talent is very much there. He can throw it 60 to 65 yards, change trajectory. He has some real skill. He's fun to watch.